What is up, my brothers and sisters? Um, a lot of people keep talking about that the Texas border problem that is going on right now will cause a civil war. Um, Civil war has been brought to our attention several times in the past couple of years. And there's a lot of talk of civil war. And there's so many reasons for a civil war, whether it's the taking of your Second Amendment, the border crisis, the ballots of the voters, the cheating of competition in the presidential elections. And, I'm just not so sure that a civil war would happen. Sometimes I find it even hard to believe that a civil war happened in our history. And then it's not so hard to believe that a civil war happened in our history because at the time that civil war was happening in our history was a different time. America wasn't really set in stone yet. America was still in the process of being America, right? So, the process of America becoming America was a long process, if history is true to its word. So now we're at a time where America has been established for some time. We're not going through those times that were America was being established, right? So you had there was a lot of mixtures of what was America. There was a lot of fighting over the land. You had Mexico, you had Texas, and then you had the rest of the United States. You had the 13 colonies, you had, New England, established. And, you got to look at your history and look at why and how and the times that were happening. And I'm not saying that it couldn't happen now, because these aren't regular times. These are the end of times. So, a lot of people always have this fantasy that nothing bad is going to happen, or that nothing is going to happen, or that nothing is happening. And I always tell people, well, these aren't regular times. These are the end of times. So things aren't exactly the way they used to be. And I just find it hard that people would indulge in a civil war because, if a civil war were to happen, why didn't it happen January 6th? Why didn't it happen when they were saying that Biden was cheating on the ballots? Why didn't it happen when everything was shut down for the sickness? Why didn't it happen when our freedoms were being taken away for the sickness? Why didn't it happen? For several reasons. Because nothing ever happened. Why didn't it happen when there were talks of your Second Amendment rights being taken? I mean, there's several reasons why we should have gone to civil war, and it just never happened. Nobody even lifted a finger. Nobody even batted an eye. All it was talk. That was it. Just talk of civil war. Just like now. But tensions are getting higher. But I just find it hard to believe that a civil war would ever. I mean, what would it take for a civil war to happen? Where is the line crossed where people have had enough? Because there's several times in the past couple of years where we can look at the things that are happening and we figured that should be it. Enough is enough. The line has been crossed several times and yet nothing happened. I think it's more so that now we've been indoctrined into this beast system that we now depend on. So, I always compare it to my dog Bandit that used to be around. If I were to leave the gate open, Bandit would not run away. You know why? Because out there, there's danger, there's cars, there's strangers, there's other animals. Bandit gets fed at my house. He has a backyard. Guy has a loving family. So you can kind of compare this to the beast system, and we would be Bandit. I would be the beast system. Bandit depends on me. Bandit knows where food is. Bandit knows where water is. Bandit knows where safety is. Right? So he depends on me. But what if I decide to not feed him or give him water or anything of that nature? Or I cut down on it, right? Like I give him less food. I don't show him as much attention, right? Like I start cutting back on the supplies and the support that Bandit would need as a dog, right? But yet I would open the gate and leave it open, and he would not run away. Because he knows that he depends on me. Well, we are one and the same. If I'm the beast system and Bandit would be us, it's kind of comparable that the government could leave the gate open and we would not run away, if that makes sense. This beast system we depend too much on. We would all be screwed if the beast system decided not to help us anymore, or support us, or help us. And I keep telling people, eventually it's going to get to the point where if you want to be a part of the beast system, then you got to follow the beast system rules. You know what I'm saying? If you want healthcare, and they're going to attack us through love. We all have family members that need medical attention, right? We all have family members that need to eat, drink, survive, and live. And we're just so used to this beast system that how can we run away and turn our backs on it when we're so dependent on it? You know what I mean? Like we couldn't. We wouldn't even know what to do. We wouldn't know where to go. We wouldn't know how to do it.